Hello, Time of Dirt here, and I'm going to show you the time that I tried to build a city with absolutely no planning beforehand. It failed. Anyhow, I'm only making this video to document it before I inevitably restart because soon we'll be trying to do a different city, but this time with proper city planning. Anyways, let's get on with this video. There's a horse. So right here is the overpass, and I don't know what I was doing building a park and a zoo next to an overpass. That's like top 10 worst places to put an overpass. Also, overpassing over what, really? I really did not plan this out strategically at all. The roads look nice, they're just in the wrong place. This was meant to be the overpass. I guess it would like give you a view of the city as you drove by. But I mean, why would you want a park right there? Yeah. So this was supposed to be the park. It's at the very center of the world. This is a statue of the Minecraft character Steve. I thought it'd be funny, not funny, but I thought it'd be cool if we had a Steve statue at the very center of the city. So this was meant to be like the very center of the city. I mean, it literally is. If you come into this little hole right here at the top of Steve and go down to the bottom, the coordinates, as you can see, are 0, 0, 0. So it's like perfectly in the center, basically. And that was the whole point of it. The park, I think, is nice. It's got a bunch of, I forgot what this flower is. It's got a bunch of these blue flowers, or a chicken. Why is there a chicken in the park? It's got these benches. Nice bench design. I'm not that great at building. It's got cherry blossom trees in there to, color it up. Some roses at the entrance. This brick walkway going around the whole park, so you basically walk in a square. I mean, it'd be like a circle. Maybe I should try building a circle for a park instead. A bunch of street lights so that it'd be illuminated up at night as such. Yeah, so it'd be illuminated like this. And then, of course, well, no, that's pretty much it. That was all that was in the park. We had some, what are these? I forgot what kind of flowers they were, but just like the wildflowers on the ground. And a sidewalk outside of the park as well, right here. That brings me, though, across the street is my favorite build out of this whole thing that I tried building. A museum. Now, it hasn't held together well, as you'll see on the inside, but honestly, the outside of it is just so pretty. It looks like a grand library of sorts or something. So let's go ahead and go into the first. Here we go. This would be, I guess, the office where you would pay to go into the museum. I don't know how museums work. I haven't been in one in forever, so I should probably go back to one so I understand the basic layout of one. But this is basically just the working space where you, yeah. Editing Time of Dirt here. It's called Museum Admission. You're an idiot. Not you, the viewer. I'm talking to recording Time of Dirt. Anyways. And then there's a short walk through the museum with all the paintings up and stuff. So there's supposed to be more paintings up, but for some reason half of them just fell onto the ground. See, there's supposed to be more everywhere, but they're all just falling and disappearing. I don't know what happened there. Yeah. And then we have an upstairs portion, of course. More paintings. See, some of them stayed up, but some of them didn't, and I really don't understand that quite yet. Here's another one that stayed up. I tried to incorporate every painting that was in the Minecraft game, basically to just show off for the museum. And then this is supposed to be a bunch of armor stands showing off the best armor you can have. Netherite, diamond, and gold. And then a bunch of books for the museum as well. And then you come around here, and I was going to put like a statue of a cat or something here, but I scratched that idea. or I never got around to it or whatever, and it just kind of left it looking empty. And then I went on to my next project, which we're about to get to. So overall, I do love the museum look. If I ever build another city again, I might just replicate this design of the museum. So yeah. So you've got a bunch of trees and stuff and all that kind of things. So now the next thing I want to show off is the zoo right there. Here's a bunch of parking spots for the zoo. Here's the entrance with 2 fountains and a bunch of orange tulips. Here's where you would pay for admission to the zoo. And of course, this door would be used by the employees to get to this little office. So, honestly, a nice view. Imagine working as a zoo attendant. You get to see the whole park and the museum out front, in front of the lines of people getting into the zoo. Anyhow, and then this was, of course, the gift shop to the zoo. I have a map of part of the zoo. No, that is most of the zoo. I have a map of it put up right here in the wall. That way you're able to see everywhere you're going. I'm getting a good look at that. Orange floors. I liked it. Books. Eggs. You could buy like eggs of the different animals, because of course this city takes place in a Minecraft world, so these kinds of things would be like, I guess, highly coveted or whatever. Got a front desk right here where you can also check out, and a bunch of other stuff like mob heads, kind of as like souvenirs is what it was supposed to be. I don't know, I probably could have done anything. And then your very own Happy Gas for 99 emeralds. What's in here? Nothing. There's nothing in here. Absolutely nothing in here. And then the bathroom. But yeah. Now, also in the employee area, you would be able to access the kitchen, which of course I never did get around to building the kitchen. What's this? Oh, I think this is the pantry of the kitchen. But I never got around to building the kitchen because I wanted to work on building the outside structures before getting the insides detailed. Kind of like how most people sketch art. You get the lines drawn and then you'll add the rest of it. And then these would be the doors to go out of the kitchen onto the outside patio, where there would be a bunch of tables and people could be eating here at the cafe. And then an upstairs patio as well. So you'll be able to eat upstairs and look directly into... Well, there were supposed to be what they call, Ravagers, I think. Let me check. They were supposed to be in here. Well, what's up with the Minecraft world? Yeah, something's weird about this. See, it's probably gonna like glitch out and all of a sudden like 20 Ravagers spawn. But there was supposed to be some Ravagers in this pit. Right next to where the patio would be. So yeah, we can take a walk around the zoo now. Take a nice little circle. We'll go this way first, to the left. Showing off which areas I built first. This was the jungle area. I built this first. It's supposed to have things like parrots and the ocelots. See, there's an ocelot back there now. He's kind of shy. And there's a couple parrots. There's a parrot, and then here's a panda. What's going on, pandas? Kung Fu Panda. Got the bamboo and jungle trees to give the jungle feel. You continue up this path and you get to the aquarium. What's that? Is that supposed to be SC? See, I don't even remember half the things I was doing. And then aquarium written on the side with a door right in between the R and the I. You'll see why. Oh my goodness, I'm rhyming. Anyhow, here is the aquarium. It's just kind of a quick little walkthrough. This would be where the guardians were. Look at that. Baby pufferfish. some tropical fish. Here's a tropical fish area with a bunch of kelp all over the place. And then here is one more area with a bunch of tropical fish, squid, and glow squid. So, yes. And of course, with the update of the Nautiluses, this was, I think, built before the Nautilus update, we would be able to add Nautiluses in here. So, yeah. That's some other doors. It's, very much walk through and look at all of the things. And then you can come out this door between the R and the I. Aquarium. Now, this right here is the dolphin / turtle enclosure. I probably could have done this far better. I chose to build it with diamond because it was the only one that kept the water looking somewhat blue. Hey, there's still a dolphin in there. Hello, dolphin. Dolphins are monsters in real life. Anyways, turtles. Sea turtles. Yeah, it was the dolphin / turtle enclosure. So now we continue. We get over here where a bunch of acacia is and a bunch of different birds as well as sheep and cows. Like right here we got a cow, and right here we got a brown sheep cow. We got the yellow variant of the chicken. Okay, that didn't do anything. There's also the gray variant of the chicken. Weirdly enough, there's not a regular version of the chicken except over in the park for some reason. Anyways, so this path would loop around the Ravager pit, and you would be passing by this artificial hill that I built. I wasn't that great at building terrain. You got the fox den right here. A bunch of foxes living in what would be their natural habitat, where it was some spruce, some berry bushes, and here are the foxes. Oh my goodness, they just look so cute when they're asleep. Anyhow, and then we've got the mushroom island, although not so much an island, more just a mushroom area with a bunch of mushrooms. And I trapped a red mushroom up here. I'm trapping you up here. You don't get to go anywhere. He's sad. He wants to get down. You know what? Here, I'll let you down. Ignore that. I also forgot to show off the sniffer pit. I was trying to incorporate all animals in here, so I had to put in the sniffer pit. Yeah. I really don't know what these guys are really meant for other than sniffing out those flowers, but that's not much. We got a dark oak tree right here. We've got an armadillo pit. The armadillo pit, and they all got scared just now. We've got a horse farm with a horse barn, and we got a skeleton horse. Just chilling. Do you realize how terrifying that would be? Imagine going to the zoo and you casually see skeleton horses. And some regular horses, like this white spotted horse and this brown horse. And oh my goodness, another skeleton horse. I had zombie horses here at one point, but they probably burned. So, yeah. And then if we keep going... Oh, okay. Let me out. Now, there's one more spot, too, to visit. We can walk around and go into this cave. This was supposed to be like the cave dweller beings type enclosure. Like over here is where the spiders are, but hold on. I put a spider spawner in the corner, but I didn't really have an idea of how spawners and stuff are supposed to work in general. So they never spawn any spiders, and there's never any spiders in this enclosure. So yeah. I forgot what this enclosure was supposed to be for. Maybe slimes or something. Just a bunch of cave-dwelling creatures. This was supposed to be creepers, but they always despawned. So, didn't know what to do about that. Then we'll go, above the hill. That'll be camel enclosure with a pyramid and some cactus. So now we can go up the hill. So you go up this hill, and it's supposed to mimic like going up a mountain, which is why there's a cherry tree and a bunch of snow everywhere. And the different creatures you get here are like these wolves right here. Hello, wolves. We had some jumping goats. Actually, they're still here, so we have some jumping goats. I had to build a roof enclosure over them so that they wouldn't jump out, taking away one of the attractions of the zoo. And then we got some polar bears. Hello, polar bear. Okay, he doesn't want to talk. Got some ice here to really, give it that ice cold feel. And yeah. And then, y'all probably been eyeballing it, so we're just gonna float over this way. When you come around this back pathway, going through the oak trees, you get to the nether enclosure. Going through a nether portal, it just made sense that you would have to go through a nether portal framed archway to get into the nether enclosure where a bunch of the nether type nether type animals are here. I think this was supposed to be hoglins, but they all despawned. Hey, look, lava. Oh, I'm on fire! Anyways. This was supposed to be magma cubes, but I don't know where they went. Once again, the enclosure was to keep the magma cubes from jumping over. So, right here, we've got the, oh no, I forgot what they were called. Editing time of dirt here. They're striders. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. Anyways, we've got them and their lava pools so that they can stay warm. This is supposed to be a bunch of blaze rods. They must all despawned as well. They were here and then they despawned. And then you kind of leave the nether area, except one more thing. Ghasts. Ghasts obviously come from the nether, and so I put them in the nether area. They're also on these harnesses, that way you could be offered free ghast rides over the zoo. Not free, you had to pay for the ghast rides, obviously. But you could get ghast rides, and a professional would bring you up here and then get you onto one of these ghasts. And they also have names. So this here is Lil Timmy. This here is Big Jim. And this here is Missy Melissa. So yeah. And then there's a bunch of other extra space. I don't know what this was supposed to be for. But apparently I needed the zoo to be a perfect square, so I had to take it up with something. Maybe there was a plan to add more creatures or whatever. But yeah. There's one more thing we stopped by, but it's kind of a weak finish. The gas station and the hotel across the street. This was my gas station. I kind of just looked up how to make a gas station in Minecraft, and it gave me this, putting clocks for the screens and these, what are they, tripwire hooks for the like gas pumps or something, I guess. So that's why they look like that. The whole gas station was like Ender Pearl themed. In fact, it's called End Gas Station. So, and that's why it has an Ender Pearl and an item frame as their logo. There should have been an Ender Pearl there. And then you can come in, and this is what the inside of the gas station looks like. Front counter, a bunch of where the cold drinks were, the refrigerators, snack shelves. Honestly, I could have done far better with this, but I kind of went lazy on it. And then this would be the restroom. Huh. Actually clean for once. Anyhow, another cool thing I like about the gas station is me putting the daylight sensors or daylight detectors on top of it so that when it became nighttime, it would properly illuminate, just like a real gas station. I mean, check it out. So, there we go. It properly illuminates just like a gas station. Yeah. And then this over here is supposed to be a hotel that I was working on building. giving it the iron frame before going to build the actual inside of the hotel. Each one of these was supposed to be a room, I guess, with this being the middle hall. I think I was building an elevator here at some point, but then I just kind of quit. Huh. Just a ghost frame of a hotel. An overpass that leads nowhere, a zoo that's half finished, a museum with no paintings, and a park that's way too small to even enjoy yourself and surrounded by way too much noise. Honestly, this was a bad look for a city. This was a bad idea for a city, and I needed to plan this out much better before building it. This is just the tour through the whole thing before I inevitably go ahead and delete the world so I can restart from scratch with building a city, which is what the next video should be about. Okay, bye.